Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the cicadas are back. At least they're expected back in a few short coming weeks. Greetings and welcome back. Welcome back to my channel for another video. I do hope and pray all is well to one and all who may catch this go around or at some point. Cicadas, some people consider them as locusts, are about to emerge on an event that is considered a rarity that last occurred 220 years ago. Now, what makes this special for bug lovers? And I am not. Now, my heart is soft on all creations, but certain bugs frighten me, and these, and it may be because of the noise, really does something to my nerves. These, and for those that have experienced being hit, when I say hit, they fly into you. They fly into your windshields, I'm sorry. My nerves are getting on edge already just thinking about this. I remember walking from one of my jobs one time on my way to the vehicle, and two of them hit me on the shoulder. So I am not excited about the return of these little creations. So be aware that they're coming. So, according to sources, these little winged insects are expected to appear, and you'll know because you'll hear them, across the Midwest and Southeast starting early May in a double, and I repeat that, a double emergence of two different broods of periodical cicadas, broods or groups. And according to reports, and I implore you all to do your own independent research. That is something I will always place in my videos, and you should know it by heart by now. It's always important because sometimes facts change, sometimes information is updated. So again, conduct your own thorough, meticulous research in any video that you may find on my page and others. Now, according to many stories, and you can just Google it, but this particular source is NBC News, and it says that these bugs, just thinking about it, it's making me itch, spend a fixed number of years underground before coming to the surface. And this year's emergence is to be unusually large. Now, I'm going to highlight with my voice unusually large, with some experts, again, this is according to NBC News, not me, some experts estimate more than 1 trillion. Oh, I'm itching again. I'm serious. 1 trillion cicadas could blanket parts of a country where the two broods or groups overlap. Whew. I just can't. I just can't. Again, this is slated to be a synchronized event. Many of you may liken the word synchronized to synchronized swimming, but this isn't quite swimming to me. So that being said, let me place up my fair use disclaimer. Here we go. And it states under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, states allowance is made for fair use of copyrighted material for the purposes of commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, education, teaching, and or scholarship. It provides for the legal, non-licensed citation and or incorporation of copyrighted material by others which might be infringing under other circumstances. So now that I have that formality completed, let me share with you just a little bit more information. So when you hear strange noise and see these some large insects, you will know exactly what they are and what to expect. And courtesy again of NBC News.
Cicada Geddon. And if you live near them, you know how noisy cicadas can get. But this year, parts of the U.S. will see like biblical levels of a mass invasion. That's because two different cicadas that usually pop their bodies out of the ground to get frisky every 13 to 17 years are coming out at the same time. And if you live in the Midwest or the Southeast, get ready because...
Now keep in mind, here's the map right here. You'll see Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. This is around the east, way out to Wisconsin, Iowa, far out as Oklahoma. Again, just a few short weeks. Let us continue.
Is up to 1 trillion. That is 1 trillion with a T of those bugs are going to show up in numbers we haven't seen in literally centuries. I mean, the last time this happened, Thomas Jefferson was president. And joining us.
Thomas Jefferson was the president of the United States, according to this news reporter. I'm literally itching. I'm serious.
Now is Dr. Gene Kritsky. He's the Dean of Behavioral and Natural Sciences at Mount Joseph University. Thank you so much for being with us, Professor. Cicadas, in and of themselves, are not a rare occurrence. So can you explain a little more clearly why this year is this super brood and how does this work?
Well, you're right. The emergence of cicadas is not unusual. It happens usually 12 out of every 17 years. But this year is different because we've got two different broods emerging during the same year. brood 13, which is a 17-year cicada emerging in northern Illinois and close environs, and then brood 19, which is a 13-year cicada emerging through the.
Now look at the bottom of the screen. Here's my little mouse pointer. Hopefully you can see it. Prepare for a mass invasion of cicadas. Mass invasion. And I will let you know, according to reports, the ground should be, or the weather would be about 64 degrees, and rains will help aid this emergence. So let us continue with this video, and thank you to those that have tuned in or may catch the replay at a later time.
The southern, northern parts of the southern states. And as you mentioned, this last time these two specific broods emerged was in 1803 when Thomas Jefferson was president of the United States. And what makes this so much more of an interest to people is that there are areas in Illinois where the two broods will slightly overlap. I think some people have the wrong idea. There's going to be billions more at that spot because it's at the extreme edge of both of the broods. But that in itself, the close proximity is very unusual.
And so what does what do a trillion cicadas sound like? I mean, how loud could this get? And Professor, I mean, I ask you this with the.
Now, again, I can tell you from personal experience, these insects are extremely loud. And if you ask, I'm laughing because I remember just several of them would stick on the screen door, and they're not afraid of you. They are not afraid of you. I would be banging on it, and I would have to literally leave from out the back, go down the deck and go out the rear entrance. It was horrible, especially when it started to get a little bit dark. So just be prepared, especially those who may be like me as far as these particular insects. Other ones I don't particularly have any issues with. You can't really do anything about mosquitoes other than try to use repellent. Ants, you're going to see those, especially outside where the colonies are. So just prepare for those that may get them inside. There are many homemade remedies you can use. I believe peppermint is a repellent, as well as white vinegar. There are a lot of things that you can use, basic traps, just to try to prevent some from coming. But the most important thing is, especially if you have little ones running around, eliminating the food source. And that's for any type of pest that you don't want to invite inside. So let's continue with this video.
Very loud wallpaper behind you. I mean, I can already hear them in my ears. What are we going to hear?
Well, I have measured cicadas in large emergencies up to 96 decibels. And to put that in perspective, where I measured that was a cemetery on the flight path towards Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. And you couldn't hear the jets anymore.
What?
The cicadas were so loud.
What you see on the screen, please do not adjust your eyesight. This is as close, unless they stick on you like they did me at one time, of what to expect.
Wow. So this is going to be something that everyone is experiencing in those areas, and they're going to be experiencing them day in, day out. Here's something that I did not think that we'd be talking about this year, but can you tell us a little bit about this cicada STD thing that's going around? Like, is there an STD that is going to ravage cicadas?
Well, what?
Now, I don't know too much about that. And I'm not into fear mongering or anything of that degree. And I don't think that it is, but I have no idea what this is. And if you are interested, and that's only for those that are interested, you can see the entire story on NBC News. But that is what many of us should expect in the coming weeks. So, that being said, be on the lookout, and for those driving vehicles, make sure you have plenty of window or windshield wiper cleaner, Windex, and plenty of paper towels, because they will hit your windshield. Some will stick on your screen doors, some may stick on your clothing. Thank you for tuning in. Have a marvelous and memorable day. Until next video, please be sure to give this a big thumbs up, share if you'd like, and feel free to leave any comments if you've ever experienced cicadas. Bye-bye for now.